Neil McAvoy, leader of Propel. I'm in Ely today, and I wasn't going to make this video about Plaid Cymru, but Laura McAllister, a columnist, has published an article in Wales Online, and this is what she had to say. Seats like Cardiff West and Blaenau Gwent were being justifiably teed up to win in 2021. But for a series of unrelated reasons, key Plaid Cymru personnel who might have been able to challenge Labour on their own turf have either left the party, been expelled, or been demoted. So these seats are no longer serious targets. For an outsider, this can be portrayed as reckless or principled, putting values over victory. Now, Plaid Cymru values over victory. Let's just think about that. We have Simon Thomas, former Plaid Cymru politician and convicted paedophile. Plaid Cymru said nothing about Simon Thomas. No apology to his victims. They didn't even expel him. But they put me on a disciplinary for saying that he should have gone to jail. He should have gone to jail. Or Helen Mary Jones, who was found to be in contempt of court recently by a judge. A really serious matter. She could have collapsed the whole trial. What did Plaid Cymru do? Absolutely nothing. And she's still the candidate in Llanelli, despite living in Grangetown in Cardiff. Or Jonathan Edwards, the Plaid Cymru MP who accepted a caution from the police for assaulting his wife. This time Plaid Cymru did take action, but they only suspended him, with politicians regularly being photographed with him during the suspension. Or Bethan Syed, Plaid Cymru member of the Senedd, putting people's lives at risk while drink driving, pulled over by the police, drunk, in her pyjamas, no shoes on. What did Plaid Cymru, the party, do? Nothing. So that's 4 Plaid Cymru politicians found guilty of criminal behaviour. And Plaid Cymru did virtually next to nothing. Simon Thomas, convicted paedophile. And they wanted to put me on a disciplinary for saying he should have gone to jail. Unbelievable. Were they really putting values over victory? Or Leanne Wood, who persuaded Plaid Cymru to change policy on building on the Northern Meadows because, as Wales Online reported, she may lose votes. It said in a private message to colleagues before the official policy change, former leader Leanne Wood said, "Opposition could harm my campaign in the Rhondda as Labour are running hard on this issue."
Go on, Neil!
So was that really Plaid putting values over victory?
You tell him, Neil!
So why was I expelled from Plaid Cymru? Well, on paper I was expelled for being clapped into a conference because apparently that demoralised members and was disruptive. But the real reason is because I was asking questions about Plaid Cymru's ridiculous relationship with the lobbying firm Deryn. So let's talk about ACT Training, a client of the lobbying firm Deryn. ACT Training received more than £110 million worth of contracts from the Welsh Government. As Wales Online reported at the time, Nerys Evans, a former Plaid Cymru AM, was both the Vice Chair of Plaid Cymru and the Director of the lobbying firm Deryn, who were representing ACT Limited. Nerys Evans also chaired the Governance Committee of ACT and had a 10% equity stake in Portal Training, a company linked to ACT. The 2012 budget deal between Plaid Cymru and the Labour government included £20 million for apprenticeships. Now, apprenticeships just happen to be the business ACT are involved with, and there was a huge conflict of interest which was never ever declared. Let's look at the Deryn Ofcom scandal, which I exposed. Deryn was the only company allowed to apply for the contract. And it just so happens that 2 of Deryn's directors were sat on Ofcom's advisory board. Now, Plaid Cymru put me under tremendous pressure not to ask those questions. When they lost the contract, my senior advisor was told by Plaid Cymru that there would be consequences. To say that Plaid Cymru is a party which puts values over victory is absolutely ridiculous. It's completely untrue. Plaid Cymru is a party whose politicians indulge in criminal behaviour, and it's a party who tells its members to look the other way when they see wrongdoing done. And if you don't look the other way, they kick you out. If you want a party which stands up for the underdog, which fights for the people, which has values, then vote Propel.